My family, years ago, before Meghan met Prince Harry, before Meghan even knew Prince Harry's name, my family, her Suits cast members, were asked a question. They were asked who would make a great president. Who would they vote for if ever, a member of the Suits cast ever said, you know what, I am running for office. I am running to become president. And my family, they said Meghan. They said Meghan. That is what they said. And ever since then, UK tabloids have been spreading this story. You know what? Meghan has political ambitions. Meghan wants to run for office. First, it's Meghan wants to run for president of the United States. Then it's Meghan wants to become the governor. Then it's Meghan wants to be senator. My family, let me just start by saying this. They know nothing about what Meghan is planning to do. All they are doing is just speculating about what Meghan could do, what she may do. And my family, clearly, the carnival of so-called experts know nothing. And my family, years ago also, when the royal family were lying, calling Meghan a bully, among the people who defended Meghan Markle was the executive director of Suits on the set of Suits. His name is Brian Harris. And my family, he said this about Meghan Markle, my family. Here's what he said about Meghan, and I quote, that Thanksgiving, Meghan would bring in all the food, all the turkeys and the fixings for over 100 people. Meghan had seen that after, food was cooked on the set of Suits for cast members to eat, when filming Suits, most of that food, after they were done filming, would be thrown away. And Meghan said, you know what? Instead of throwing away this food, let us donate it to charities who would love to have this food. Please, let's do this. And my family, the director of Suits was okay with it. And that is what happened, my family. My family, Brian Harris, my family, Brian Harris, he said that to remind the world of who Meghan is. When the royal family were lying and calling Meghan a bully, as I've always said, those who have worked with Meghan for the better part of a decade all came out to condemn the lies being spread about Meghan by the fam, by Prince William, Charles, Kate, and Camilla. Charles and William's worst nightmare ever is that Meghan had a solid, successful past, which no matter how much the royal family would like the world to forget, would like to brainwash the public into forgetting, my family, it is difficult to erase that part of Meghan's life. And Meghan, no matter how much they mock Meghan Markle about her career before Prince Harry, the fact is Meghan was highly, very, very successful before marrying Prince Harry. And that is a fact. That is the truth and nothing but the truth. And my family, because of these amazing, wonderful acts of Meghan Markle on what she basically did, for a charity called St. Felix Center, whereby Meghan would ensure that instead of suits, throwing away the leftover food. The leftover food would be donated to St. Felix Center. My family. That's what Meghan ensured. And my family, people who are there, they even have fond memories of Meghan to this day. And they gave Meghan a nickname. They called her the lovely Meghan. That's what they called Meghan, my family, long before Meghan met Prince Harry. And that's why I keep saying, no wonder the smear campaign will always continue to fail. Because Meghan, thanks to Meghan's past, thanks to her past, thanks to people who knew her long before she met Prince Harry, my family. That's why no matter how many times the fam lies about Meghan Markle, everyone can see right through their lies. When the royal family called Meghan a bully, Suits cast members, they came out and said, "You are lying. You are lying." No wonder, no matter how many times the royal family lie about Meghan Markle, my family, their lies will always be debunked. Thanks to Meghan's past, her life before meeting Prince Harry. And my family, I wanted to share with you that example to make you understand why even these Suits cast members, when they were asked who would make a good president, they said Meghan. But my family, it never ever meant that Meghan had any intention to run for office. It never ever meant that. For my family, that's what, Daily Mail and other UK tabloids, the narrative that they want to create about Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex. My family, on X, formerly called Twitter, someone posted a screenshot of a Daily Mail headline which said this, and I quote, "Meghan Markle considers run for office. Duchess of Sussex name is in the frame to fill Californian Senator Dianne Feinstein's seat after Senator died aged 90 years old, my family. And could the White House be her ultimate aim?" So my family, this narrative has shifted from Meghan wants to be president to now Meghan wants to be senator. And all because Suits cast members were asked who would make a good president, and they said Meghan, all because of that. Something is wrong with Daily Mail. And the person who came up with this lie, with this story, who created this story, my family, her name is none other than Caroline Graham. Yes, my family, I'm sure that name is familiar to all of you because we have spoken about Caroline Graham. But to jog your memory, she is the woman who Daily Mail dispatched all the way to Mexico to go there, my family, and basically control Thomas Markle. And it is also believed that she is the woman who my family, Thomas Markle, handed over Meghan's letter to. Caroline Graham, the woman dispatched by Daily Mail to Mexico to gain access to Thomas Markle and also ensure that any communication between Meghan and Thomas Markle that she would be privy to, that she would know about. That was her job. That was what she was sent to do. And if Meghan were also to go to Mexico, then all media outlets who are awaiting Meghan's arrival in Mexico, because my family, as you know, King Charles, then Prince Charles, had asked Prince Harry, while berating Prince Harry, whether Meghan could just go to Mexico and ask and asked Thomas Markle to stop his attacks. So my family, the tabloids were waiting for Meghan to go to Mexico. But thankfully, Meghan did not. Thankfully, Meghan did not. She, however, wrote a letter to Thomas Markle, which Thomas Markle then handed over to Daily Mail, who published Meghan's letter illegally because they knew Meghan was not being protected by the firm, by the institution. They were the ones who were feeding Meghan to the wolves, the UK tabloid press. So my family, that's Caroline Graham, my family. And as you can see, a picture of her with Thomas Markle. That is Caroline Graham, my family. And my family, because Meghan never ever went to Mexico to see Thomas Markle, now Caroline Graham apparently stays in Los Angeles, in LA, my family. And she's the one who likes to use sources in Montecito, sources in Hollywood, sources in LA. Whenever she's lying about Meghan Markle. And this time, she also has come up with this headline: Meghan Markle considers run for office. My family, let me just start also by saying this. In response to this headline, my family, no reputable media outlet like CNN, CBS News, my family, whereby, Meghan's friend Gail King works, or ABC News, no other media outlet has even discussed or even made any form of insinuation that Meghan wants to run for office. They have not said that Meghan is even considering a run for office. But yet, the Daily Mail's Caroline Graham is the one to say, you know what? I have a scoop. I have a scoop. I have a scoop. I have a scoop. Meghan may be running for office. She's considering running for office. My family, don't get me wrong, my family. Meghan is an American citizen. She has a right to run for office if she wants to run for office. She has every right in the world. But never have we heard from Meghan's own lips, from her mouth, that she intends on running for office. Not even once have we heard Meghan saying, you know what? I want to run for president of the United States of America. I want to run. You haven't heard that. Meghan hasn't gone, to do an interview with reputable media outlets saying that, you know what? I want to fill in for the late Senator of California, DIANE FEINSTEIN. Meghan has not even done any interview. No respectable media outlet has reported anything, even a source claiming that, you know what, Meghan is being considered as someone who possibly can fill in Senator DIANE FEINSTEIN's seat. Not a single media outlet that is reputable has said that. Not even my family, even the local newspaper, my family in Santa Barbara, even they have not said that. But Daily Mail, a UK tabloid, is the one who's creating this whole story. My family, why? Why are they doing this, my family? My family, let me just say this. The first thing, they are creating a story, my family. They are creating a story for clicks. Secondly, also, it's about creating fear. Fear in the minds of racists that a person of color may fill in Senator Dianne Feinstein's seat. That is what is happening here, my family. That's what right-wing media outlets do. I can even see that Fox News also, has picked it up also. A story from Daily Mail. They have also picked it up. Right-wing media outlets. They do this stuff to scare the public. My family, racist public, sorry. Those who are racist. That a person of color may basically be the next senator of California. My family, let me explain this further for you to understand, my point of why they're doing what they're doing. Look at Kamala Harris. She is the Vice President of the United States of America. The Vice President. My family, she's also a woman of color, a black woman. My family. And I had this so-called presidential contender in my family called Nikki Haley, who also wants to run for office, also my family. On a Republican ticket. She was saying, and I'm quoting her words, a vote for Joe Biden is a vote for Kamala Harris. That is what she was saying. To scare voters that there is a possibility of Kamala Harris becoming president of the United States of America. And why is she scaring voters? She's scaring not just any voter, the voter that is pretty much racist. That is who she is trying to scare into not voting for President Joe Biden. That is what is happening. That is what they're doing. My family, in my life, if someone even asked me, what did Vice President Mike Pence do when he was the Vice President? My family, I'll tell you, I have no clue what the guy did. No clue. But when it comes to Kamala Harris, you have seen just how much she has been attacked by the right-wing Murdoch-owned media, Fox propaganda, Fox News, my family. You have seen just how much she has been attacked, how much she has been attacked personally. And my family, it's all because of her race, the fact that she's a black woman. And they do this stuff to appeal to that racist voter who does not want a person of color in office, to get them to come out and vote, to ensure a person of color does not become vice president or does not become, senator or governor or clearly even president, my family. That is what is happening. That's why, even if Meghan hasn't said a word about her running for office, even if Meghan hasn't said anything, the right-wing media is doing this to scare those deeply, deeply racist voters that they know about what could happen if they don't go and vote. That is what is happening right now. That is reason number 2 as to why Daily Mail, even if Meghan hasn't said a word, even one word, or done any interview saying, I am running for office, even though Meghan hasn't said that, they're creating that, story to try and scare those racist individuals. My family, that there is a chance you might have, a senator who's a person of color. And it's also sad to see how the right-wing media is spreading racism using its despicable rhetoric, its racist rhetoric. I find their actions utterly wrong and utterly despicable. The actions of the right-wing tabloid press. And to my family, Colin Graham also says this, that indeed, within minutes of 90-year-old Dianne Feinstein's death being announced on Friday, the Mail on Sunday was told, and I quote, phones lit up with speculation that Meghan could throw her hat in the ring to serve out the remaining 13 months of Feinstein's term. My family. My family, this entire story is a lie. It's lies. It is full of so much lies. Once again, they are creating a story using Meghan's name, my family. And my family, if there is something we have learned, is that, first of all, UK media have no access to Harry and Meghan. They know nothing about what Harry and Meghan are doing. And that's why even this past couple of days, they've been whinging, moaning, and complaining that Harry, years ago, first of all, banned them from attending events in New York. Events attended by Harry and Meghan. That's why they've been trying to somehow create a negative story about Harry and Meghan's trips to New York from back in 2021, because they have nothing. They have nothing on Harry and Meghan, and that is what angers UK media. They have no access. And guess what? I don't ever see them getting any access to Harry and Meghan. It's my family, they know nothing. There are no sources in Hollywood briefing about Harry and Meghan. There are no sources also in the Democratic Party also briefing against Harry and Meghan. There are none. My family, also please kindly hear this, that a major Democratic donor who is close to Governor Gavin Newsom, who will choose Feinstein's replacement, told Daily Mail that Meghan is definitely a long shot. But in the craziness that is US politics these days, it's not an impossibility. And that crazy things have happened. My family, they have nothing. They have nothing. They have nothing and they know nothing. They have nothing and they know nothing. And that is clearly a fact. They know nothing and they have nothing. Clearly also, based on what has been shared, they also have spoken to Gloria Steinem friend. Not Gloria Steinem, who's close to Meghan Markle, Gloria Steinem's friend. My family. And apparently, a friend of Gloria Steinem, who isn't even mentioned in my family, said this, that Gloria has been introducing Meghan to pivotal people within the party, within the Democratic Party, and that Meghan is interested in politics more than anything else. That's where she believes her power is, but she has had to focus on making money. That is what has basically been said, my family. My family, they know nothing. My family, they know nothing. All this is just speculation. My family. And some things we already know. For example, what Meghan and Gloria Steinem spoke about. When my family, Republicans were doing everything in their power to practically end, abortion rights. whereby Meghan and Gloria Steinem were saying, you know what? We are going to Washington to speak, basically, about ensuring that women have a right to choose what they want to do with their bodies. And no government should have, power to decide, what a woman does with her own body. Basically, that is what was said. But nowhere did I see Meghan saying, you know what? I am going to run for president of my family. Meghan never ever said that. She never ever said that. I never heard that from Meghan Markle. And if she did, it would be breaking news. And that's a fact. That is a fact. Meghan wants to help out my family. Meghan wants to help out people, wants to serve my family. That's what she does, my family. And she does that through her and Harry's Archwell Foundation. That is what normally happens. So my family, for Meghan, the bar is set so high. But for the other members of the royal family, from William to Charles, Kate, and Camilla, nothing is expected of them. Nothing. And that's a fact. Yeah, you're having, UK media creating stories about Meghan running for office. But what about the Charles and William and Kate and Camilla they have in the UK? What about them? Why are they quiet about them? What about them? They have William, they have Kate, they have Charles, they have Camilla. What are they doing? For Harry and Meghan, much is expected. Much is expected for Harry and Meghan. For Kate and William, nothing. For Charles and Camilla, nothing. Nothing. Can anybody even deny that? I think all of you can agree with me on that. For Harry and Meghan, much is expected. For William and Hamilton and Charles and Camilla, nothing. Absolutely nothing. And that tells you really how the media, even though they might not say my family clearly, how they see the farm that they are left with. No wonder really they have been spreading this, stories, saying that, Charles could be forced to give Harry a place in the UK because they know what they're left with, my family. They want Harry back to be the one who does the work that William, Charles, Kate, Camilla can take the credit, my family. That's how it's always been. After Harry and Meghan fled Britain, UK media are left with boring roles and they know it. And no wonder, my family, they can't seem to let go of Harry and Meghan. They just can't. No wonder you're having them filing so-called Freedom of Information Act requests just to get something, some crumbs, some stories about Harry and Meghan, because they're left with nothing in the UK. Dull, boring, lazy royals. And they keep hounding, harassing Harry and Meghan, hoping that Harry will come back to the UK to come and at least make it look like other members are working. I mean, look what happened when Harry came to the UK for the World Child Awards. That was the day, like a miracle, William cut short his vacation to say he's doing something. He's doing an engagement on the day that Harry came to the UK. It makes you understand as to why UK media are desperate for Harry to come back. They are desperate. They are desperate. Well, my family, perhaps they should have thought the consequences of what they were doing to Meghan Markle, the mother of Harry's child. At the time, they had only Archie, Harry's wife, before they began this smear campaign towards Harry and Meghan. They did what they did, believing that Harry will never ever leave. They thought only Meghan would leave. That what could happen was just, a divorce. It's over. But my family, guess what? It's Harry and Meghan who divorced them, who left them. And they've never been able to be the same ever since Harry and Meghan left. And they are that, abuser who can't accept rejection. That's basically the UK tabloid press, my family, And on this story, let me read a couple of comments from members of the squad online who have also commented about this story. My family. Someone also posted, a screenshot of one other article also from back in 2020, my family, by Katie Nicole, who was complaining at the Invictus Games that Harry won't speak to UK media. Here's what, Katie Nicole said back in 2020, and I quote, as a headline, I think that Meghan would seriously consider running for president inside Meghan Markle's political ambitions. And my family, all this stuff came out because in Suits, they said Meghan would make a good president. But Meghan has never ever announced that she wants to run for office, My family, someone said this, that it seems that they are recycling the articles again. Weren't they saying that Meghan was just running for president? Now she's running for senator. Pick a struggle, pick a story, and stick to one narrative. And let's be clear, the Daily Fail and their so-called reporters have no connections to Harry and Meghan. And that is a fact. That is a fact. They have no connections to Harry and Meghan. My family, someone called Alexis, said this, that just last week, there was an article about how the right-wing press uses black women who have no interest in running for office to scare conservatives into voting for white men. That's why they always throw in names like Michelle Obama, Oprah Winfrey, and Meghan Markle. Because they want to scare that racist voter. That there is a chance, a possibility that a woman of color will become senator, president, or vice president. That's clearly what is happening. My family, My family. Someone else said this in response to also my family, this story. Someone else said this, my family. I love how the usual suspects, my family, think it is credible that not a single American political journalist based in California or even Washington has had any rumors of Meghan running for office. Not even one. Not even one. But the Daily Mail, that has been whining, mourning, complaining for a long time now that they have no access to Harry and Meghan, that somehow they have all the tea, that Meghan, wants to run for senator now. My family, they know nothing, and that is a fact. They know nothing, and that is a fact, my family. That is a fact. My family, you tell me your thoughts about, this, what is being said. Can you please hear your opinion, my family? Karen Graham has no access to Meghan Markle, and she'll never ever have access to Meghan Markle. The world saw what she did. I'm sure Meghan and Harry must know also that she was the one who was dispatched by Daily Mail, because the pictures are online, that she was dispatched by Daily Mail to go there and basically control Thomas Markle, gain access to, his text messages with Meghan Markle for a price. That's what happened. My family, and this woman, Karen Graham, who came up with this story, has no access to Meghan Markle, and she'll never ever have any access to Meghan Markle, and that is a fact. Now you tell me your thoughts about what we have just discussed. I want to please hear your opinion, my family. May God bless Harry, Meghan, Archie, Libedana, and Doria, Raglan, and all of you members of Squad at Home. It never wins, love wins, and stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever, my family. The Daily Mail and other tabloids must stop lying about Meghan Markle. They must. Stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever. Hello, members of Cisco Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of Cisco Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.